Bluegrass VegFest returns to the Mellwood Art Center tomorrow. It starts at noon. It goes until 6. It's a festival dedicated to plant-based or vegan lifestyles. One of the speakers at this year's event is an Olympic medalist, a Kentucky native, and an elite athlete, Dotsie Bouch. Thank you so much for coming on, Dotsie.
I'm excited to be back in my hometown.
I know. Welcome back. A Ballard grad, you just told me.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so let's start with more about you. Olympic medalist, incredible athlete, completely plant-based. A lot of people might be wondering, hold on, I think that means you need a lot of protein. How do you pull this off?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, you do need protein. You absolutely do. You need all the macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates, fats, and all the micronutrients. But a plant-based diet tends to be a very, very nutrient-dense diet, which is where we get all of our energies from, our stamina from, our good mood from, our immune system from. And so I think there's just a misnomer that protein only comes from animals. It doesn't. It's in tons and tons of plants. All the legumes and whole grains and seeds and nuts, there's tons of protein in almost all foods. And so I just have the protein from plants instead of animals.
And you were vegan when you were training, is that right?
Just about a year and a half prior to the 2012 Olympic Games is when I made the shift. So it was a little bit of it felt at the time like a risky nutritional move because we didn't know much back then.
Right.
But anyway. I
mean, you pulled it off. Yeah, that and a few other accomplishments there, which you can hear all about tomorrow. She'll be a speaker at this festival. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Food trucks, local beer, cooking demos, speakers. Yeah. What would you say to someone who's thinking, oh, I don't know, it's not for me? What would you say to maybe entice someone to come out and give it a try?
Vegan fried chicken.
Ooh, okay.
That's why I'm going. I got to speak real quick, but then I'm having that after. I mean, I think a lot of people think that vegans is like kind of stodgy and boring and, you know, emaciated, but it's not the case. So come out and they'll be able to prove you wrong. There's a lot of really great speakers. The one right before me is Dr. Kim Williams, who used to be the president of the American Heart Association, and he is speaking on taking the dye out of diet. It's just the whole entire event is really well run, and it's just going to be a fun day of, like you said, I mean, food and beer. I mean, how can you go wrong?
And I think I saw food samples, which sometimes is enough to bring someone out, just knowing you're going to get a sample of something.
You will get something from every single table. Yeah, you'll be full. You won't have to spend a penny, really.
Well, it sounds like a fantastic event. If you are interested, Dotsie will be speaking at 2:45. Again, it starts at noon, goes until 6 at the Mellwood Art Center. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks.